Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know Carly Forrest, she joined Brodies as a partner in our insurance and risk team on 1st of May 2020. Carly specialises in defending catastrophic injury and fatal accident claims, and she's been doing that for many years. She's ranked as a leading individual in the Legal 500 and is known for being proactive and working collaboratively with her clients to achieve the best possible outcome in each and every case. So, Carly, you've been at Brodies now for 4 months. How's it been?
It's been good overall. Not exactly the start I had in mind. Bearing in mind I did start during lockdown, so I thought day one would be views of the city from our swanky office, and I heard the coffee was quite good, but I've yet to try that. So yeah, joking aside, it's been a strange way to start, but the IT is really slick, and just like everyone else, I've just had to adapt to working from home. Thankfully now without children here being homeschooled. I think also bizarrely I've probably met more people than I may have otherwise because geography is not a factor. So the fact that I can meet people in Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Dingwall all in one day. Also people are actually at their desk. They're not out at meetings, they're not out at court. There probably is more opportunity to meet with people using virtual technology. I also think that although in terms of the experience of the first few months, although it is a large firm, it struck me how collegiate the team are. As a firm, and I've already worked with quite a few different departments within the firm to assist their clients, which has been great. I think in terms of COVID as well as lockdown, obviously, it's impacted in so many areas of business for our clients. So I've been really busy providing advice across the board, both from a practical perspective and also providing advice on claims defensibility strategies for the inevitable claims that we're going to see coming. I've been quite heavily involved in that, so there's a lot of information about COVID claims on our website if anyone wants to go away and read about that. I think probably the downside, and one of the things that I miss most, is actually meeting people face to face, because a part of my job that I love doing is going to see my clients, to meet them, to chat with them. And we have managed to adapt and we have been able to keep in touch virtually, but I do really miss seeing them in person, and I miss the human interaction of that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean about that. So, can you talk a bit about your background in terms of the type of work that you do?
Yep. So I have been working in insurance litigation for almost 20 years. So I can probably say that I love insurance claims, which isn't something you would hear every day. I love the variety and the fact that, on any day you just don't know what's going to hit your desk. So often I would receive instructions to become involved in kind of an immediate post-accident investigation. So there's been a serious incident and I'm instructed to be involved from day one to assist insurers and their policyholders. And that's something that I really enjoy because you get to shape the way that a claim proceeds. Also the fact that no two claims are the same, and because the work that I do is large loss, serious injuries, catastrophic injuries, and fatalities. So there's no one size fits all approach to any of those claims. It's not formulaic. You have to look at everything in the round and take quite a holistic approach. You have to think outside the box about what's the best outcome on any particular claim. That's going to be different in every claim, depending on, is it one to defend, is it one to settle, the type of injury involved, the pursuer's agent, but you're trying to achieve a solution. So whether that's settlement or it's defending something all the way to court, but it will be different in every case.
Yeah. Thanks, Carly. And so that's the type of work that you do. What about the clients that you regularly work with?
Well, again, mainly insurers and their policyholders. So that it's really interesting and different across all industry sectors. So Often the cases are challenging and the situations can be difficult. You're dealing with extremely tragic events that have happened. So, it could be handling a fatality on a boat one day to a brain injury claim another for someone who's fallen from height in a warehouse or a construction site, or someone injured in a serious road traffic incident. So, working with insurance clients, I find is a genuine collaboration, because the clients that I act for really do know their stuff. They know what they're talking about. They've been doing it for a long time. And so working on the larger claims together is very much a collaborative effort, and we can bounce around ideas and land on a strategy that works for that particular claim. And I feel that we really do both bring something to the table.
Yeah, I that's an aspect that I absolutely love about working with insurance clients as well. You kind of bounce off each other. So career highlights. Got any?
I have loads. It's trying to distill them down into a list. Probably, well, definitely high up there has to be representing one of my insurance clients in the UK Supreme Court, which was just, the whole experience was fantastic. I was so impressed at how slick it was. Everything was so front loaded.
Is that a bit like the inner house in the court session?
Absolutely front loaded, very civil. Also, one of the Supreme Court justices was Lady Hale, so I have very much admired her throughout my career. So to be involved in a case which she was presiding was definitely a highlight. Yeah, and it also has a really good gift shop for anyone who hasn't been.
Great info on that. And the in-depth question I've got in that is, was Lady Hale wearing her famous spider brooch?
No, she wasn't. The prorogation spider wasn't on that day. I think she had a snake brooch, actually. It was also very nice. Okay. No spiders.
Impressive. So any other highlights?
Probably another highlight would be my solicitor advocacy qualification. So obtaining, working for that qualification and achieving it was, definitely a highlight. I think at the time I was the youngest solicitor advocate in Scotland. Sadly, I can no longer say that, but never mind.
So now the second youngest, yeah?
No comment.
Okay, we'll move on.
I think for me, doing that qualification, I'm always striving to learn and to develop as a lawyer. So for me, being involved in claims, which, as a Supreme Court and the inner house, it really shapes the legal landscape, is just fantastic.
Yeah, so talking about shaping the legal landscape and sort of moving forward, you touched upon COVID earlier. So what do you think about the claims landscape in relation to that? Where are the claims going to come from?
Well, I think one sector that's obviously been in the press a lot, they've been getting a lot of media attention, is in relation to the care sector. Yeah. And we know that the first claims have already been made against claim home providers. So obviously how those claims are handled now is key in terms of other claims that are going to be made going forward. And I think it's not just care homes, it's all sectors, particularly where there's clusters of infection, particularly in a workplace setting. This is something that one of our colleagues, Kate Donachie, is providing some updated advice on. I think the article's published earlier this week.
Yeah. So what, in a litigation context, what do you think is going to be the next big thing?
Well, I've already spoken about the claims surge that's likely in terms of COVID claims, but also added to that, as most people know, we are having qualified one-way cost shifting come into Scotland so this winter, and I think we're going to see an increase in claims volumes and litigation as a result of that. So again, strategy is key, and we're working together with our clients to develop strategies now so that they're able to tackle that challenge when it comes in. Yeah,
absolutely. Anything else?
Multi-party actions being brought under the new rules around group proceedings. I know that that's something that Brodies has already and is involved with in terms of multi-party actions. So I think we're going to see more of them going forward. I think it's also important to reference the technology side of things in terms of virtual courts. You know, Scottish courts have come a long way in a really short space of time. I think we should absolutely embrace those changes and keep pushing forward with this. And we've obviously been working with the Law Society on that to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's exciting technological times ahead. So moving away from the workplace, what do you do when you're not working?
Gosh, what do I do? Sleep.
I hear you.
Try to exercise as much as I can to try to switch my brain off from all the work things that are buzzing around in it. I have been training for a triathlon to try to get over my fear of open water swimming. So that's been a bit of a lockdown challenge. Taking care of kids, being a taxi service for them, socialising when we're allowed, and also renovating this house, which currently has no heating. So hopefully we get a boiler before winter hits.
Yeah, absolutely. So last question, I promise I'm not trying to morph into Graham Norton or Michael Parkinson, but so when the house renovations are complete, who, other than me obviously, would you have as your dinner party guests?
Who would I have? Justin Timberlake to teach me how to dance. Barack and Michelle Obama, but if I could only have one of them, then probably Michelle. And I think, well, actually, I can't have a dinner party at the moment because we're not allowed to host anyone. I'm in Glasgow, so. But also, if I could, probably Lady Hale, because, you know, as I said earlier, I've admired her career, and I would love to know about any hurdles or challenges she had along the way. She was obviously the first female president of the UK Supreme Court. And also, I'd love to ask her about appearing as a celebrity judge on MasterChef. She can give me some tips.
And also whether she remembers you. You're like, I was the one with the gift bags.
Bags.
No, I definitely want to come to that dinner party too, please. So thanks very much, Carly. It's been really insightful getting to know a bit more about you, and thank you to everyone for watching.
Thank you.